Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of August 13th through the 26th, actually, 2024. This is a reading if you're Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, or have another significant Aries placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. This channel includes not only my tarot readings, which I do 6 signs every other week, but I also have my morning coffee with Breege, which I try to be timely about uploading it. Sometimes things happen and it takes a couple days. But I do those on Instagram Live. They've been 6:30 in the morning. They're probably going to move to 7 o'clock in the morning soon with the sun moving, because I want to, I don't like to have light on in the morning. So when I do them and I'm recording them, I want to record them in a room where I don't have a lot of ring lights and stuff like that. So I'll probably be moving them to 7 a.m. I also do channelings of Archangel Azrael. So if you want to know about my work, about all aspects of what I do, you can please check out my website. It's in the description box below, along with my social media links. And of course, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. So we're really moving our way into August here. We are still in the retrograde. Actually, the very end point of this reading will be just the day before Mercury retrograde ends. We are moving into a T-square that affects the mutable signs from August the 14th through the 19th. And we do have a full moon in Aquarius on the 17th. So these are all going to affect people differently. So, but August does have the potential to be a bit of a unsettled month, though generally it seems like most of the aspects are considered to be beneficent. So they are, so they will have a positive effect, and they will have a positive effect on where you're going. I think if I could describe the energy of August overall, it's that the idea that we are going to be motivated to be moving ahead. Jupiter's moving into some interesting conjunctions, and we are at a point where we're ready to kind of move ahead right now. But due to the retrograde, we're also being slowed down and held back. So really, I feel like the key word has been for a lot of people is patience. It's like, okay, you do want to get moving on your dreams, but there may be some corrections that are needed first. And Mercury retrograde is often a period of time where we have those corrections. So that said, let's get into your reading. I'm going to start with the Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, which is what I like to start with when I do these readings. And I always do an astrological spread according to the 12 astrological houses, plus 1 in the middle. And we're going to clarify this week with Barbara Walker's tarot deck. And then we will have an extra oracle card pull from what is the actual name of this deck? I don't know why all of a sudden I can't remember it. The Between the Worlds deck. Yes, I've used this deck before. I suddenly blanked on the name of it. So Aries, let's begin. So what do we see first of all? Okay, so we are seeing messages coming in. I feel like many of you are getting, you have an 8th house air, and you have Nephthys in the 12th house, which is Pisces energy in that house. So it's intuitively, you have been getting strong messages, Aries. I feel like there's messages that you need to pay attention to. When we clarify, we will see what these messages may or may not be about, or at least what they may be about. Whoever this reading is targeting, that message will be for you. We're going to take a look at what's being said there. But it does seem to me like this is a time when your intuition is sharp. I feel like you may be in a place where you're feeling very good about yourself. I mean, Ankh is about embracing life, being passionate, being loving, and really just focused on loving yourself. So if you feel like you say, well, gee, I don't feel like I've exactly been terribly loving towards myself, then this card would be suggesting that is something that you want to do. That this is definitely a time when you should, be kind to yourself, treat yourself well, and just be proud of the star that you are. Okay, you're basically in a very, very good place here where you can you'll be seen, and you'll be seen as somebody who's full of life and full of vitality, and basically doing what they love. Okay, so let's see. It seems like there's something going on in the home sector. We have Sphinx down here in the 4th house. Sphinx is a card of secrecy, or it's a card of wait and see. So there may be something that's going on right now where it's telling you, maybe there's a family situation where it's saying, just wait and see what's going to happen. For some of you, this could literally have to do with a home or a move of a home. But Sphinx here is definitely a card of sit back, be patient, and don't do anything right now. So if you were thinking of moving, for example, yeah, this would be saying not yet, don't do that. It can also indicate family secrets and things coming up as well. So there could be, if there has been some situations that have caused friction or tension lately, it seems like those might be coming to the surface. We do see a new beginning over here. We've got Scarab in the 3rd house. So for some of you, this could be starting a new business. Although again, starting anything during Mercury retrograde can potentially be tricky. So you may at least just want to be in the planning stages right now. And if you're going to sign any contracts or do anything like that, do it post retrograde. But with the Scarab card here, there's definitely a new beginning of some type. You may be communicating with new people, okay? Because this is a house of communication. And it also just may be a chance to make a change around or change things. If there has been a lack of communication between you and somebody and you want to improve that or change that, it seems like there may be a chance to make good on that. So the retrograde may actually be very favorable for you right now, Aries, in that regard. Now there's monies over here. Now we've got Horus in the money house. So I don't know if money has been difficult lately. If it has, Horus would indicate, managing to get through it, any difficulty, not really quite knowing how you do it. Horus sometimes also has to do with monies that might come in from the family, because there's a strong family vibe here. And the other possibility with Horus is that there's something connected to healing. So either you may be spending money on something connected to healing. So, I don't know if you go for some kind of alternative healing, or maybe if you're going for physical therapy or something like that, there could be money spent on that for some people. Or it could just mean, healing in general, or even your attitude or your values towards money may not only be healing, but also expanding, because Horus is strong Leo energy. So this suggests being recognized for things. So I don't know. I just feel overall as a money omen, Horus just indicates things getting better. And you, like, as your recognition increases, it's like your finances increase, kind of a thing. So that would probably be the most general thing, but you can take that as it resonates for you. Those of you who are looking for love, or if on the love agenda, if you're not somebody already married, it does seem like there may be as far as romance goes, when we have the Lotus card. So I don't know if there's a relationship or a situation that you have been anxious about, but Lotus would indicate a need to kind of relax, calm the mind, not worry. If you think that there's somebody who you've been interested in or talking to or dating that might be planning to move on from you, then this would be saying, peaceful continuity. Okay, so I don't see a whole lot of change there. If you're not dating anyone, then this would be saying, the situation's just going to continue to go on as it was. This also can pertain to a situation with a child, or also with a creative project. So again, it's going to resonate differently for different people, but Lotus here in the house of Leo, the 5th house, basically is saying, a need to relax and calm the mind. Maybe even some people will be taking up meditation or yoga or something like that, because this can also have to do with physical sports. So there's definitely this idea of kind of a physical release of anxiety about a particular situation here. And the thing is, in the 7th house, you have the Crook and Flail. So this could mean a couple of things. This could mean legalizing a situation, okay? This could literally refer to a contract, because the 7th house is a house of business. It's a house of, it's Libra. So it's the house of justice. So therefore there can be a legal bent to it. This can be about a business partnership, for example. But this is also the house of marriage. So so this is either a partner who's very successful and well-known, okay, in some fashion, or this is basically suggesting that, that there could be some legalizing of a situation, whether it's of a relationship or whether this is some kind of a business arrangement. I mean, seeing Scarab over here, this may have more of a business implication than a loved one. But you can take it as it resonates for you. If you're already married, this could potentially be like a promotion for your spouse or something like that. Or maybe just some kind of a legal agreement that's being entered into or dealt with. I'm not seeing a whole lot here around like divorce and things like that. Like for some people, maybe that could be possible, but I'm not feeling a vibe here of separation. I'm just feeling a vibe of kind of taking something to the next level, which is what Crook and Flail does. And again, there's a very strong legal vibe, and the fact that it's in the house of Libra, which is the scales of justice, makes me think that might be the case for at least some of you. Again, I'm going to mention that any contracts that need to be signed, If you can wait till after August 27th, that would be ideal. I mean, unless this is old business that you're finishing up from the past. Regardless, though, you should actually review any contracts and make sure that they are, that everything is in place and what you expect, because sometimes this can, because this can sometimes indicate, during Mercury retrograde in particular, that kind of stuff there can be miscommunications and things can get screwed up. Okay, so there's something, we have strong feminine energy, we have Hathor energy connected with your Sagittarius house, which is Jupiter energy. This is kind of something that's happening at a distance. So either there is a female friend or relative or somebody at a distance who might be either maybe coming to visit, or maybe you're going to go to visit them. Or maybe they're just going to assume a kind of importance or kind of move something forward for you, because this is the house of expansion and expanding your horizons. Could be connected to spirituality, could be connected to education for you. But nonetheless, we do have this strong energy here. If it doesn't specifically have to do with a female, it can also just be a sense of, trying to get organized. There's a strong earth vibe to this, Taurus or Virgo usually. And so that's a sense of kind of, making things cozy, getting practical, cleaning up loose ends, things like that. This is also a potentially a legal house as well. So I don't know if this is a female lawyer who might be helping you with an arrangement over here, or whether or not this is just you tying up loose ends with something so that you can actually start to grow something, or something can start to move. So take that as it resonates. Career and job and things like that. Again, Osiris, we have this strong and steady energy here. You could be in a leadership role or position. Maybe some of this has to do with a promotion of some kind for some of you. But this is definitely a very strong and rooted kind of a card. The advice of it usually is to rely on your own judgment. That you are in again, there's just a lot of solidity in this reading. The recognition, we've got Horus and Crook and Flail, and then we've got this Osiris energy here. This would also mean stable situation with regard to health, strong, physical strength, and it can also be mental strength. But Osiris seems to indicate that you have things under control. I mean, there's a strong Emperor vibe to this, which would be your own energy, though Osiris is technically associated with Sagittarius. And we do have more fire up here in the 10th house of your career and your legacy. So yeah, again, there's this idea of getting rid of things that don't work for you anymore. Like, because fire is like, throwing things, back in the days when they used to burn rubbish, it's kind of like you're just going to burn up and get rid of things. Or if you're a follower of the violet flame transmutation, you could be burning up things in that respect. But this can also just mean an inspiration or just a real drive or intensity that's focused on your career right now. So you do seem to be very career focused, very driven right now, Aries. The one thing, though, with a lot of this energy of solidity could just mean that during this period of time that things are not on a bad track, but they may not be moving all that fast right now. Because, again, you have this retrograde energy that you're dealing with. You do have these new beginnings that are coming up. But they may move into place slowly, and probably, my guess is going to be in the next reading that I do for you, that you're going to find that things have picked up steam and are moving ahead. And we even have, so we have Ta over here in the 11th house. So we have a feminine energy here, and we have a masculine energy here. This is about mastering your craft. This is about making something better. So, that seems to be what's happening in your house of goals. So there's something that you're building and that you're working towards, Aries. Very, very strong, practical kind of an energy here. Some legal vibes, maybe some stuff with the home sector that you want to either wait on, or that is, still being revealed. We have Isis overall. So I don't know, for some people, this could be literally a strong mother vibe, where the mother may be taking center stage in something. Again, that might be a very individual message there. But Isis more generally to me indicates the need to be compassionate, to be caring, especially towards yourself, especially with Ankh over here. And also to be kind of loving and compassionate, towards yourself, and to prioritize self-care. And also, again, Isis is definitely a card of patience and needing to persevere patiently with something. So my generally, from what I'm seeing right off the bat, you are kind of in a position where you are very much you're definitely on a track. Things are going along. Things are growing. There's nothing's in crisis. Okay, everything looks good, but at the same time, you're in a position where again, it just may be that during this particular time frame, things are not moving. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's look at what our tarot cards are with this. Yeah, you've got the Three of Cups here, the card of grace with the Ankh, and so this I feel like you're being a bit more social, Aries. Some of these readings I've done for you, I feel like maybe you've been a little more closed off. You are a much more independent type, but I feel like now there's this sense of wanting to reach out, wanting to be with others, to be in kind of this celebratory kind of mode. It could also indicate that multiple people are involved with your happiness right now, or maybe there's another person, another party involved, or maybe multiple people. You could be spending time with friends or family or people who you care about. But there's definitely this strong celebratory vibe, like I want to, branch out and spend time with people. And if you're not doing that, then certainly there's the sense here that you should be, try to look. That your happiness here, I think, is also going to come from you also looking beyond yourself and looking into the network that supports you, and towards having some time where you relax, socialize, and enjoy things. You've got the Chariot here with Horus. Okay, this is Cancer energy, but again, the Chariot is taking control, like being in charge of something, being in charge of your destiny, getting on the road and moving. And having this with Horus, I mean, those two go together very well. This is like the card of the hero who's kind of on the road. So I feel like financially, you have definitely gotten control of things. If there was a situation that was problematic, then Horus would indicate kind of that heroic overcoming of a difficult situation in terms of your finances. Okay, so with Scarab, we have the Eight of Wands. It's interesting. We have Pegasus on this card, and we have Bellerophon falling off of Pegasus. And so this is calling it, Barbara Walker calls this the card of fall, but really what it is the fact that this is showing up in the house of communication. I mean, Eight of Wands is a card of fast communication, of moving fast. And so there's this idea of taking off here. But when you see this person kind of falling off and all the wands falling off with them, there may be the sense of just be careful about that you actually can manage this takeoff. Okay, that may be the retrograde person. You may need to consider whether or not this takeoff in energy is something that you can manage. But it does seem to me like there's going to be a lot of new connections and things moving very, very quickly. Generally speaking, I don't see this as a negative. I think there's just the warning here that you want to be careful that you don't take on too much, and also you want to be careful that in your interactions that you don't that you don't fall down in some way, that you don't there's not this sense of kind of tripping and falling, like rising high and then having something that drops you. And what's coming into my head is because, you are very, very determined kind of a sign. Aries definitely is high energy. It's strong Mars energy. There's a directness there, and there's a strength of vision. So you just want to be careful with that, because I feel like with your very strong Mars energy, sometimes, maybe you can be too direct about things, or maybe there's just a sense that, you may be kind of hurtling ahead, but you want to make sure as you're moving ahead that, I feel like this is almost an element of slowing you down as you're hurtling ahead. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have the Pope card with the Sphinx in the 4th house. Now, the Pope is the Hierophant in other decks. And so this definitely has a very strong family vibe. There's the idea of something very strongly traditional, and also taking something to the next level. Sometimes this is a very strong religious vibe for some people as well. Like when I say religious, I mean traditionally religious. Traditional religion's not something that kind of falls outside what we think of as whatever the traditional religion is in our culture. But having it with Sphinx here, this seems to indicate that I don't know. There's this sense of being very traditional, following a very traditional track. Maybe your family is like that, but there's still some. So I don't know. So maybe that's the reason that you are holding back. Maybe there's something going on, and you're feeling like it's best to just, that the proper or polite or correct thing to do would be to wait and see. But I can't help but feeling like this indicates some kind of a secret that's going to be revealed. And I don't know if this is going to be around that particular kind of a figure. Sometimes this is a Taurus figure, because Hierophant is Taurus energy. But it could also indicate that you are, I don't know. I feel like there's, maybe because of tradition, there's something that's kind of unspoken here. Or maybe just something that it's some kind of a hidden thing that's going to come to the surface. I don't know. I feel almost like sometimes the family tradition can be a little bit of a barrier. I mean, it can be a strength, but it can also be a barrier. So that may be the thing that you're negotiating, whatever's going on. Maybe there's somebody in your family, maybe even your mother, because this is the house of the mother, that you feel that you need to tread carefully about, or need to not say anything, maybe because of however things traditionally have worked in your family. But it does seem to me that, like, within that kind of structure, that something is going to come out, or something's going to be revealed for somebody. Okay. You got a lot of, this is interesting, because you have like a lot of, I see some more fire energy, but I see you have a lot of air, you have a lot of Taurus energy. I've seen Taurus like in 3 places here. I've seen Hathor, I've seen the Pope card, and now I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles here. And the Queen of Pentacles is here with the Lotus card. Now, really, okay, if I match it up with Lotus, that suggests to me, Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is stable and secure, somebody who makes you feel good, maybe somebody who calms the mind. So I don't know if this is somebody you're currently dating. It could be male or female, even though it's a queen. But this generally is this vibe of somebody who makes you feel at home and makes you feel safe. Okay, so there's definitely a sense of that. If there isn't this kind of a person in your life, and again, this feels like an earth sign person, but does not have to be. This could also just be a sense of a situation that's just stable and comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's not a whole lot of movement here with it. It may just be that you're in a situation, maybe there is somebody who you're either dating or who you're attracted to, and maybe things are just kind of in a nice, comfortable space right now. And so maybe you're not inclined to make any changes. However, over here with this, again, this idea of moving up or moving to the next level, like we have here with the Pope card, which is about a higher level of commitment, you have the World, okay? And the World card suggests that that a cycle is completing, that something has come to an end. So I feel like you are being asked to level up with something. If this does have to do with a relationship, this may be, like I said, a relationship could be concluding for some people. Now that I'm seeing that, I was saying before that I didn't see indicators of divorce, but maybe there's a situation, maybe some of you have had a legal situation with someone, a business partner or an ex that's now finally coming to a successful close. But it can also indicate, if you've been going around in circles with regard to a relationship, maybe there's the idea that this is going to be brought to this successful conclusion. In other words, that you are going to be, that there's going to finally be success. Crook and Flail is also a card of visibility and success. So I almost feel like this is saying it's either going to be you're going to successfully close a business deal, or you're going to take this situation and bring it to its successful conclusion. Like, it's going to be moving it forward. The world can be about ending something. It could be that it also, if there's been a past situation or a family situation or something that's been a block, I feel like more like it's like that kind of a thing is going to come to an end. So, okay, and actually, over here with Osiris, we have the Papist, which is the companion to the Pope. This is the High Priestess card. So this is showing up with Osiris in the 6th house. This is your house of health, worry, and also service. And if you're employed by somebody, it would be part of that. But again, we have this strong stability, but the Papist says that there's something that is hidden. There's something either you're hiding from others or something that others are hiding from you. There's something you don't know about. And I don't know, maybe that's the thing. Okay, this is what I'm getting in my head. It's like, okay, you're in a very stable position right now. You may be very comfortable. You may be very happy with where you are, but there's something that's kind of going on behind the scenes, and this worries you a little bit. You're like, well, I don't want to disrupt what the stability that I have right now. I don't want anything, I don't want that to change. I like where things are. I don't want to make a move. I mean, here, Sphinx could also indicate not make, this could mean I'm not making a move. I'm very traditional guy or girl or whoever, or, man, woman. I'm not making a move. But okay, with air in the 8th house saying there's messages coming in, it's coming in with the Strength card. So this seems to indicate that there's going to be something that, that challenges you or is going to make you have to move on something, okay? The message that's coming in is trying to tell you to be strong, to, this is Leo energy again, and it's almost like it's saying, okay, there's something that you need to either face up to. Maybe there's been a communication thing. Maybe there has been a fall over here. I don't know. But something does have to change. So I feel like it's like you have to like speak to somebody, or you have to initiate something, or you have to, there may be something coming up where you feel like, okay, I have to speak up or I have to do something. But I feel like you're being prompted by spirit to do that. You're being prompted to have strength and courage. So there's something here. You're very comfortable right now, Aries, but it's prompting you to do something. It's saying, okay, you're going to have to move out of your comfort zone a little bit. Now with Hathor here, we have the star. Okay, and I have to be careful because there's a lot of nudity on these cards, and YouTube does not like that. So we have the star here. Now the fact that this is showing up in your house, again, this is what we had with Hathor, where we're talking about this strong feminine energy. I don't know. For some of you, maybe this does have to do with a particular female, or moving towards, for some, it feels like an earth sign female for some of you, but again, does not have to be the case. But there's something that you're moving towards. And with star energy, now star's Aquarius energy, but the star is about possibilities. It's about hope. It's about finally being able to expand your horizons. So you are now about to get some really golden opportunities here to make changes and to move ahead. And so this is why you need to be courageous. Whatever step it is that maybe you're reluctant to take because you're comfortable, it's saying this is going to take you to a place of potentially of your wish fulfillments, okay? Or there's just something about it. I mean, it's filled with possibility here. On the star card, you see the woman who is emptying out these two these two vessels of water. And so in emptying these vessels of water, it's like in order by emptying yourself out, it's like you have the chance now to become full. Okay, there's this is full of possibility here. And you've got the 8 of Pentacles here with fire. So yeah, this seems like you're doing really well in your career. You're definitely very focused on your work. And this is very good. You know, we have Ta next to it having to do with mastering your craft. And this is definitely a sense of doing that. In this card, we have this, yeah, they're calling this the learning card. And we show this woman sort of conferring something upon this girl, like the older woman, upon the young girl. So yeah, there's almost a sense that you are going to be taking something to the next level, or you're going to be learning something that's going to maybe inspire you, and maybe take, again, there's this intensity about what it is that you're doing here. Now with Ta, we have Judgment. We have card 20 here. And again, I have to cover this up. But so Judgment is a card of, well, it's a card of awakening. I feel like you're awakening to something. There's some kind of work. Okay, what I'm getting is there's some kind of work you have to do. This is why we have Ta. There's something you need to build. There's some kind of work that you're supposed to be doing. And Judgment saying you need to wake up to that and make the decision to do it. That kind of goes along with Strength over here. I feel like this may be something like those of you who maybe are not very strongly spiritual. This may be something that's showing up in dreams. Maybe you've had weird synchronicities and you think, how come I see that thing over and over again? There's some kind of message that's trying to get through to you about a decision that you have to make towards building whatever's going to come next. And then you have this Queen of Wands here with Nephthys. And Queen of Wands is, well, this is fire energy. This is a very fiery, feminine energy. And this is a very determined energy, okay? Very determined and very independent feminine energy. And it's showing up with Nephthys. Now, as I mentioned, Nephthys in the house of Pisces, which is the 12th house, is definitely an indicator of your intuition kind of being on point about something. But it can also indicate that maybe there's an uncertainty, and it seems to be around. I don't know if this is the person in question. I don't know. I don't know if this is fire sign. I don't know if this is a just somebody, male or female, who, perhaps is, well, again, when you've got the crook and flail over here. So this could just be somebody who's very visible, very seen, maybe very successful, very ambitious, which is a bit like yourself. but this could also indicate some uncertainty about it, and maybe that there's a fear of acting on something. Yeah, because it's right across from the Papist card. I mean, it's this idea that there's something secret or something mysterious here that is like you're kind of afraid to touch it. You kind of want to leave things as they are. But overall, you have the card of the Norns, the Fate card, and you've got the Three of Wands. So again, there's this idea of getting out of your comfort zone. There is a sense of being patient. So whatever this is, it may not be something that happens right away. Like we're seeing, to me, that's like a 3-week period of time. So maybe it's something that's not going to happen in the time period of this reading, which covers about 2 weeks, but maybe by early September when we're moving into Virgo phase. Hathor has strong Virgo energy attached to it. So I don't know. There's something here that's happening. I think the message here, Aries, overall, is you need to get out of your comfort zone. There's something you're being called to do, and it may not be in a direct, in-your-face way. It may be something that's coming through, again, through spirit, through dreams, through the unconscious. But it's something that you're unsure about, and you're really focused on maintaining your stability right now. But it's saying, no, you might be able to do that for right now, but whatever you're being told to wake up to, you need to wake up to. And see what it is, and make the changes, even if those changes maybe might disrupt that sense of, sense of security or continuity that you have. So let's see, we're going to pull one of these Between Worlds cards, and here's what we got. Okay, so our card is Simplicity. Okay, that's the card that we've pulled. So let's give you the meaning of this card. And actually, I think it's actually in one of these other sections here. They kind of have things all over the place here. And yeah, here we go, Simplicity. It is enough to sit at the water's edge, to watch the sun lower itself towards Earth's horizon. It is enough to be alive. Incredible clarity comes when distraction and excess melt away. The senses come home. Truth abounds. There is nothing, but there is everything. Life is simple. Okay, so I think it's telling you, yeah, you need to simplify your life. I feel like you're working very hard. You're focused on things. You're working to maintain things as they are, but there's a need to simplify your life. And as you clear the clutter away, which I think is what the Star card is pointing to, then you're going to have that awakening. Things are going to become clear. Messages are going to come through in a much clearer way to you. So yeah, simplify. That's what you want to do right now. Don't complicate things. I know you're ambitious, but do remember this is a time where we need to slow down a little bit. And, you are going to be moving ahead. It is encouraging you to move ahead. But for the moment, you want to simplify things. Clear out the clutter. Empty your mind of all of the thoughts and things all the focus that you have there, and allow the messages that are trying to get through to come in, because then you will have an awakening to what it is you actually need to be doing. And I feel like whatever it is you need to be doing, you're going to need to simplify anyway. So anyway, I hope that reading was helpful, Aries. Again, if you did like this video, do give it a thumbs up. And if you do like this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. Have a great August, and we will see you next time.